Yo. How y'all doing, man? I'm Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and whatever other thing y'all want to say about me. I'm going to tell you like this. Let me fix my jacket. Um, this is an undertaking. It's really interesting for me with the XL dogs. The XL dogs have been catching my eye more and more because they're more like the original dogs. Let me start off with the XL. The XL itself is really what the original American bullies were. A lot of the dogs that you see right now that are being that they're saying are XLs. If you go back to the old school time, of the American bully, that was generally the size of a lot of the dogs: 21 inches, 20 to 22, maybe 23 inches, 100 pounds up to 120, 130 pounds. And that's what put the American bully on the map. As the pocket was introduced, it then became a huge gap because y'all had to remember, like I told y'all, Roe was 17 something inches and he was considered short. That's a standard now. The pocket class itself just brought in a whole new thing, and what it made is it pushed the other heights up on the other dogs, and it sort of changed what the dogs were. So the XLs appeal to me because, like I say, they've always been around. It's not a new thing. Now the new thing is the double XL. You didn't see dogs that massive. And if you ask me personally, how do I feel about the double XLs? I'm very intrigued. And one of the reasons why I'm intrigued is because the more I watch them, they seem to be healthy dogs. They seem to move very well. They seem to be able to exist, you know. And with our health being our foremost thing, I think it's imperative that at this point in time, while you have a double XL movement and you have an XL movement, it's time that if as we sit down, how do we make a distinct difference between the two? It might just be a size thing, which in a lot of cases I think that that's what it's going to be. But it's time to separate the two. It's time to say, you know what? The same general plan goes. If a dog is a double XL, you cannot breed your XL bully to a double XL anymore. It's messing with the gene pool. If you have a dog that's getting up to 170, 180 pounds, and then your XL is getting 110, 115, those are two different dogs. It's not shame on either dog, but you don't want to have a gene pool that's that wide open. You'll never get perfection. You'll never even get close to perfection and consistency if you keep on doing these things. The one thing I will say, and I'm just being like partisan in this thing, is that so far from my research, honestly, it looks like the double XL bullies and the XL bullies actually are healthier dogs. They're put together better. I'm not seeing as bad a conformation with these dogs. I'm seeing dogs that can move. I'm seeing a lot of the dogs that have their mouth shut, no breathing issues. These dogs are, and many times they still have the attitude, and they can get up and they can run and they can play. And I think it's the perfect time for us to start taking a look at, doing that the right way too. I often always talk about pockets and standards, but we have a couple breeds in our community that are already off to a good start and might just need some refining. But I've been talking to people inside the communities and finding the best directions to go for us to make sure that this is done correctly. People, we have to understand one thing, that all we should be concerned with is doing things the right way. Forget your opinions, forget your talk of this dog had to have this in it. We're past that. We have to look at what we see right in front of us. I see, I hear y'all complaints about the giants of the double XL, and I know something has to be in them. It's something in all the dogs, man. Let's just cut it out. None of these dogs came from a little tiny ass pit bull and just that. It was some masterful breeding and some masterful mixing to go on to make some masterful animals. But at this time, these dogs have now started to make their own gene pool of dogs of whatever they consist of, whether we're talking about the giants or we're talking about the little guys, that we can refine this and make a breed. And that's basically the way that every other breed has been made in the history of the world. Many different people going towards the same concept. If we can get ourselves on the same concept and write this thing out as this is how it's supposed to be, and we start following those rules, we will make these breeds the best that they can be. If we keep on bickering and trying to prove a point and doing what we want, we're going to continue to hurt these breeds. It's a standard that has been set in every class of dog, and certain people are raising the bar and making it, you know, far out there that you can see this is the best of the best, and other people are doing what they want and making some trash dogs and hurting the community. We need to set those guidelines as to who's making trash and who's making very good dogs, and make it fair, you know. Make it fair. Break the dog down for what the animal is. If I tell you it's a good animal, you can trust and believe when you go see it, you're not going to see a bunch of issues on this dog. It's going to be a good animal because that's the way I break down the animal. John is the same way. A lot of us, you know, our judges are the same way. But we will have some big news coming up with all of these dogs and who's in and what shows it is. We got some sponsorship deals where we're going to have some huge events, you know, specifically for certain breeds of dogs. And it's going to be a big year. We're trying to make more friends than enemies this year. It's nothing about being in competition with anybody. It's about us coming together and making all of our dogs better, well known, and setting the stage for worldwide acceptance and dominance. But hey, until I catch y'all next time, much love. I know it's the holidays. God bless y'all, man. I love y'all. Be solid. Peace.